Hello, everyone. Welcome to MT4 Professional. Just want to make sure you can hear my voice and see my screen. If you can do so, give me a shout out in the chat panel, and I greatly appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you, JC. Appreciate that. Today, we're going to be talking about trading strategies using MT4 Professional. Going to be going over some strategies on using the platform. Any indicators that you might be using, whether they are custom or standard, and how they are used within the application. To get started, I want to make sure everyone knows that we are here for educational purposes only. MT4 Professional Resilient Traders are not trading advisors, so we cannot give you trade advice. What we can do is teach you and train you how to use our platform to set up strategies and to build trading plans that are both consistently profitable and successful. Trading with Forex, futures, stocks, options, cryptocurrencies has a large potential for reward, but also carry a large potential for risk. You must be aware of the risks involved and be willing to accept them in order to trade or invest in any of these markets. So please don't trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so make sure you get advice from a competent financial advisor before you start trading or investing in any of these markets. Never ever trade in a live account until you have first proven that you can consistently and profitably trade in a simulated account, and that's where the real mind game begins. I am Randy Lindsay, trade coach and operations director here at MT4 Professional. Claudio Cardinal is joining me. He's our product development director and all things technology guru. We are here to help you, to teach you the finer aspects of MT4 Professional and to show you what it's all about. This is the agenda. We're going to be talking about strategies using the platform. We're going to talk about what a scanner is and what MT4 Professional is. I'll give you a live demonstration. That'll take up probably the majority of the class, where I'm walking through, showing you exactly how the platform works and showing you live how to set up and to use different strategies. And of course, I'll always make you a very special offer at the end of the presentation if you're not already on board and using this phenomenal platform. So stay tuned for questions and answers throughout the session today as we get moving on. So trading strategies, we're going to be talking about things like the EMA and price, which is a strategy using exponential moving averages and price action. We're looking at the interaction between the two. Using MACD and signal, those are probably the most popular of the indicators around. We're looking at stochastic variables, moving average crossover, where you got two or more moving averages that interact with each other. You can look at those even with price. You can even throw in an RSI and just have everything all together. So you're looking at the interaction of live price, MACD and signal, and you're looking at the relative strength, whether it is time to sell or not. Of course, the ever popular alligator, there's lots more, but we don't have time for those. I usually don't get to some of the later ones because we spend a lot of time answering questions on those, but I'm more than glad to go over any specific strategy you might have if you'll take the time to give me a little background on what it is and what you'd like me to do. And I'll be glad to show it to you online, on the air. So the MT4 Professional Scanner can scan all of these strategies in real time, plus many more. So stay tuned. I'll show you exactly how it's done. Real quick, we're going to run a poll to find out how many of you in here are interested in these strategies, or if any of you are currently using the platform or not. So Claudio will launch the poll. So if you're looking at a market scanner, how can a market scanner best benefit you? Would it be less risk in missing trades? Would it be less time wasted searching trade setups? Better chance of funding high probability trades? Or maybe you just don't know. I have a window up. Can you guys see the poll window that I've got running? I don't think it's visible. Oh, you can? Good. All right. So you're seeing live. The results coming in. Good. Good. So far, barely half of the class have participated. We like to get it a little bit more participation. All right, so we're looking at less time wasted and better chance. So we'll go ahead and stop that. Okay, we'll go right into that. What feature? Not there yet. I'm gonna find out how many of you are currently using MT4 Professional. If you're in the class and you're currently using it, then give us a shout out. If you're not, you haven't had time to try it, you want to know more, you're not really sure, or you're just not interested, let us know. That'd be really helpful. Still wait. There's at least half the class has got to participate here. Come on, one more person. We're all looking at you. Push the button. All right, 1 minute's gone by. There you go. Thank you very much. All right. All right. All right, half the class, and I was already a user, so we'll probably be spending more time going over the setup and the actual strategies themselves instead of the setups of it. But I'm definitely going to go over that because the other half is sitting there wanting to know more. So we'll definitely do that. I'll go back over these a little bit later. So what is a market scanner? What is MT4 Professional? Look at all the combinations of pairs. You've got 54x pairs, 20 CFDs, 9 timeframes. That's more than 630 different combinations that you have access to on just the MT4 platform alone, not counting the extra ones you have on MT5. Do you really think that you're able to manually scan all of these combinations? And with that, do you think that you're missing some opportunities? Well, absolutely. Most of us are, because nobody can physically scan that many pairs without some sort of a program helping them. So today, trading on different instruments is a must. So to make trading more profitable, we need to trade uncorrelated instruments, not just the same one over and over and over again, because a lot of times instruments will be in and out of tradability, which means that sometimes they trade nicely and they trend nicely, other times they don't. So having a well-diversified portfolio of pairs which are uncorrelated will give you the best chance of finding profitable trades. A perfect solution for this, of course, is a market scanner. A market scanner, an automatic tool that allows you to scan the market at a glance for any symbols or timeframes within your own custom rule base, based on either standard or custom indicators. So not necessarily a signal provider, but it's a tool that allows you to analyze your strategies the way that you want using indicators that you have at your disposal. So a simple example is a cross of 2 moving averages. It doesn't have to be it can be simple, it can be exponential, it doesn't matter. But what we're looking for is a bullish cross, which we'll call green, where the fast moving average crosses over the slow, and a bearish cross we'll color red for one that crosses under the slow, the fast moving under the slow. So using a 15 period and a 30 period moving average, If I put together a spreadsheet with these color codes for whatever symbol we're using and for whatever time frame that we're using, you can see very quickly on this spreadsheet that I can determine which pairs are ready to trade and which ones are not. And the ones that are sitting on the sideline and just not quite ready. I can see the longer term is bearish, but the shorter term is indecisive. I can see several that are very bullish, and I can see several that are very bearish. So this is really good information that you can get just at the snap of a thumb. And you've got the instant information right there. Not only is it available for you on the current time frame you're looking at, but on multiple time frames to help give you information about that. So talking about multiple time frames, did you know that if you trade using multiple time frames, you have a higher probability of a profitable trade? Let's do the correlation. And it's just one of the advantages of using multiple time frames. As traders, we don't trade outside of that. We know that trading is focused on two things. One, we trade probabilities, and two, we manage risk. That's the bottom line for any successful trader. If you're trying to trade to make money, then you're not going to do it. And you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. You're playing a mind game. You should always position yourself so that you're trading the higher probability trades and you're getting in at the lowest possible risk. And once you're in the trade, you manage the risk in the trade precisely and exactly, yeah, very well. You do it well. So trying to find higher probability, lower risk trades is the result, and using multiple time frames help you to do that. If you notice the 3 different time frame charts, you can see that the longer time frame has much longer periods of trend. If you're trading a faster time frame in line with the longer time frame, you're going to have a higher probability of trading and the trade ending profitably. Even if you're trading a 15-minute versus a 4, even a 1 hour, you can see the noise that's there in the 15-minute relative to the 4 hour. And if you're trading any of these trades in the overall direction of the longer trend, then yes, higher probability, lower risk on your side. If you're trading against the longer term trend, then I recommend that you keep your profit targets short because the longer term trend shows that the overall trade's going up. So if you're trading counter to that, then just take your profits quickly and then get ready for the big moves. So here you get trend runs, here you just get a scalp. Here you get trend runs, here you just get a scalp, and so forth. That's the idea behind that. So if a market scanner could search for these types of trade setups based on your rules and verify them using multiple time frame technical analysis, that would be an extremely valuable tool. So why aren't we using MT4 or MT5? Well, other platforms have built-in market scanners, but a lot of brokers work only with MT4 and MT5, giving you access around the globe to these markets. And a lot of custom indicators have already been implemented and developed on MT4 and MT5, both free and third party. So you get access to all of these by using these platforms. And almost all of them are free. The problem that we found was we couldn't see or find a scanner that met our needs. As professional traders, we needed something that helped us in our day-to-day trading, and we just didn't find anything. What we did find was too complex to configure, unstable, a single tool that really didn't integrate with anything, and was really incompatible with a lot of the indicators that we used. So taking that into account, we went ahead and developed our own platform. We call it MT4 Professional, and right now it's the #1 market scanner on both MT4 and MT5. All right, so it's a tool that allows you to search for trade setups and opportunities that match your criteria and your rules. So stay tuned. I'll give you a full live demonstration of all this as we go. Run one more poll here real quick just to see what part of MT4 Professional that you're interested in, that you liked. Maybe this was the poll that we already ran. All right, well, I'll just move on then. So we'll go right into the live demonstration. If the polls aren't ready. Nobody likes polls anyway. Well, maybe they do. Maybe you really like polls. All right. So given a configuration, let me go and show you what standard MetaTrader 4 is like. So if you look at standard MT4, you've got windows, you've got charts, and you've got different time frames if you use multiple time frames or not. You have the ability to work with each window. But the thing that you'll see real quick is that in order for me to determine the position of the price move on each chart, I have to right click on the chart and look at the bottom axis where the time and price are. So in order to see that, I have to align that and look at the time. And then if I go over to another chart, I have to do the same thing on it. And then the other chart, I have to go and do the same thing with it. That's very cumbersome. It's a little bit difficult. Also, if I wanted to change symbols, then I have to go over here to my symbol list, drag and drop the symbol I'm looking for on each chart individually. All right. Then if I wanted to change the size of the windows, say, for example, I go from a full screen mode into a minor mode. Notice all the wasted screen space that I have. See all that? I have to physically resize these windows to scale into that. Well, I mean, since they are all the same size, I can do that real quickly just by tiling them like that. But when I go back into mini mode, then I got to do it all over again. All right. So what if you have a problem where you've got windows that are different sizes? See, like this right here, I've got two separate windows that are different sizes than the other three. I can't just go up here and hit tile because it's going to mess the whole display up. I'm going to have to physically go in and change them all. So when I want to go full screen, I either have to just live with the dead space, not go full screen, or resize these and try to do the best I can to keep up with it. But when I go back, it's just going to be all messed up again. So you can see this can be an issue. And again, as far as keeping track of where we are in the trade, I can't determine whether this is a good trade setup or not because I don't have the longer term correlation without doing a little bit of a cumbersome check on that. And then does that correlate with the other windows as well? So again, I've got some issues. There are a lot of other things I can go into, but if I were to make any changes to the templates on these windows, MT4 remembers that. So if I were to change anything, MT4 knows and saves the state of that setup so that if I were to go to another window and come back, it's forever lost. So let me show you MT4 Professional. It just gives you a lot of tools and a lot of configurations. The first thing you'll see is a blank chart setup and a configuration selection guide. So what this does is it allows you to select a configuration that you want to load just to get started right off the bat. Any of the creations that you have selected or any of the custom presets that come as the basis for any new subscription, all of the presets are included. All of these are example files. There are 14 of them that are included. You even have access to anything that others might have developed to send to you as well. So let's look at the EMA and price. Probably where's the default one? I think I made one earlier. That's not it. Oh, those are presets. No wonder. There it is. That's the first strategy that I wanted to look at. So what we're doing is we are looking for a strategy that enables you to enter based upon your rules. And I'll show you what the rules specifically are. First of all, notice the crosshair on the screen. The crosshair can be turned on and off using the select tool. You can enable or disable it. You can change the color if you like to. And notice that when I click on the screen that the crosshair moves, giving me time and price correlation, not only on the chart I'm on, but with all of the other charts that you see displayed. Notice it's with the 30-minute, it's with the hourly, and so I can see exactly where I am with the longer term at just a single glance. Okay. If at any point I want to go larger or smaller screen, then you can see that the windows themselves automatically resize to fit the screen. Now, these are all different size screens, and so that would be a pain if I were in a full screen mode and then I wanted to resize it, how much it changes. But with MT4 Professional, it does all that for me. One click, and I'm automatically resized and in the setup. So that's nice. If I see a setup and I want to see if that's ready to go, then all I have to do is click on any symbol on the symbol list, and it automatically changes the symbol on all of the charts, putting me right in charge with where I am right now. Ready to go, ready to exercise. So that's the idea behind the setup, the ease of use of the tools, and the ability to use them on your charts. So now let's get into the strategies themselves and what the scanner does and how the scanner is sitting here looking for trade opportunities that might be worthwhile. So looking at my 15-minute chart, you can see it, I had the euro-yen, US dollar yen. The US dollar yen is looking bullish from a EMA and price perspective. So it's looking for a rising price over a moving average, rising price over moving average, rising price over moving average. And that trend is short term. So you're looking to see a long-term setup. Now you can see that that's simply a corrective trade because we're congested. So this isn't a good short-term trade. But in the longer term, if you were to look at the bigger picture, then you can see that the longer term trend has been to the downside, as seen here by the setup. So the idea is to trade on the side that gives you the best trade opportunities. So using the tool, you can search for where the trade setup. So in this strategy, you're looking for price being less than the 15-period exponential moving average as being bearish, and price being greater than the 15-period moving average as being bullish. And you're looking for those as your directional trade. So how do we get it to do that? So if we go here in the configuration, we find the configuration that we're using, click the edit button, and it pulls up two panels. This one just gives you the configuration for your charts. It shows you how you want your chart set up so that every time you click on that configuration, this is exactly what you're going to get. The time frame and the template that you have created. Now you can use any template that you want just by simply selecting it from your template list. So create a template that you like, save it, and then pull it up and use it right here. And that way each of your charts and layouts will be set up that exact same way. And then you can use the pull down menu here. Once you've loaded it on one, you can load it on all to load the same or a different template if you want. You don't have to have the same template on all your charts. I'll show you several of those as examples later on. On the left-hand side, you can see there's the symbol list and the scanner. So this is the scanner panel we refer to. So the scanner can be configured here, and the symbol list can be configured here. You can put any symbol you have access to on your MT4 or MT5 platform. You just simply load it up and pull it in and save it. Over here on the scanner, this is where we set up the rules that we use to change the color of the scanner itself. You say, okay, well, why is the Euro US dollar 15-minute red. I'll show you that these are the rules used to determine whether that cell color is red or green. I call it the main color rule. I have it applied to a 15-minute, a 30-minute, and an hourly chart. Now I can use more than those three. I can use multiple time frame charts that I want to. I can get rid of one, only use two, or I can just load it back up again. It's very simple. Here's an hourly chart. Which template you want to use? I want to use that color rule. Boom, I'm ready to go. So editing that rule, then I'm looking for the current price to be greater than the 15-period exponential moving average. That's the rule. That's the operation. This is the condition I'm looking for to get the cell color to be green. If this is true, this will be green. If this isn't true, then it will evaluate this condition, number 2, looking for the closer price less than the 15-period. It's one or the other. It's either greater than or equal to, or it's less than. So it'll either be red or green. Now, if I had greater than and I had less than, anytime it's equal to, then it will be a default color. Go yellow, because if neither of these conditions are true, then by default, this color will be used. That's the logic. It's very simple. Give it any name that you like, save it, and then pull it up and use it. Now you can see here that I have just one color rule loaded. If I clicked this button right here, then I can load another color rule. I'll just call this one test. Any colors, because I'm not really going to save it. I'll add an indicator. Now you can select from any of the standard indicators that are on MT4. This is a 15-period simple moving average. I say that I want it to be greater than, in this case, I've got two of them. I'm going to add another one, another moving average in this case. And it's going to be a 50-period. So this is going to be something that helps me to see longer trend. So if my 15-period is greater than that 50, I want to be bullish. So I would do some sort of a green bullish color. All right, it could be blue, it could be whatever color that you want. And then I have another condition over here that I'm going to say this is a bearish condition. So I want it to be some sort of a bearish color. So I'm looking at that same 15-period simple. I want it to be less than this 50-period moving average. This is the second condition I'm calling test. And now you can see I've got two different conditions available to me underneath these rule sets. One's the main color rule, the other's the test set. Well, maybe I don't want the test on my 15-minute. I don't want it on the 30-minute. Maybe I only want to see the overall trend off of my hourly chart, and I don't really want to see the price action changing with respect to that. So here, I just want to see trend, and I don't want to see that. So what you're going to see is you're going to see trend change correlation in line with a longer term trend. Okay. So if your CPU is too fast, or too slow, causing things to go slow or to freeze, then all you have to do is hit select configuration. Oh, I'm sorry, the edit button right here, the settings. And then you can see right here, the scanner speed can be turned up or slowed down. So you can make it faster or slower based upon your CPU speed. If you have a really fast CPU with lots of memory, then you probably can get by with fast and medium. Standard default is medium. But if you have an older computer with a slower PC CPU, then definitely go with your slower. If you're using a laptop, go with your slow speed, because otherwise your scanner is just going to be eating up way too much of your CPU. because it's a pretty beefy platform. All right, so do you follow how these are set up and how easy it is to put any configuration and any rule set in? I'm going to cancel this out because I don't want to save it on top of that. I'll pull up another example here. The specific one is using a MACD and signal. So what the MACD and signal does is looking at 3 different time frames, 15, 30, 40, and hourly. And it's comparing that with a 4-hour directional trade. Now you can see I've got a lot of different indicators set up already. The MACD is the primary one that I'm using to make trade decisions on. So based on this, then, the MACD, whenever the MACD histogram is greater than the signal line, I want this to be a bullish indication. So at this point right here, you can see that the MACD is greater than the signal line. I want to be bullish from this point. Right here, you can see that it is below the trend line. So I want to be bearish from this point. You see how that works? Okay. So the idea is to try to get a signal which tells me when that occurs. So select configuration, click the edit button, select the scanner, and let's see what rules I'm using to generate what I call a trade signal. Pull the menu down, click the edit button. So I'm looking at the MACD signal. This MACD base indicator, which is the histogram, has to be less than or equal to the MACD signal line. That's the red line. So when that histogram is less than, I want to color the cell red, signaling me that I am looking for short trades. Or if the close of the histogram is greater than the signal line, then I want that to be notified. I want to be notified that that bullish condition is established. And that's how simple it is. You simply load the indicator, tell it what operation you want it to do with regards to what other indicator that you're looking at, and whether that's going to be a system that's set for you. I see a lot of questions have been coming through. I'm not ignoring those. I want to make sure and get through this teaching. Then I'll go back and I'll look at your questions because you got a lot of good questions here. So I will get to those. All right. So looking at these setups, if you were to load the indicators in, then you can see that they can be done from the plus sign. Choose the indicator. Now the MACD is found under the oscillators section right there. So you can just load it up. You can see there's lots of other ones we can use. If you're looking for custom indicators, then this is where you do it. You click the plus sign and then you click on the pick from your computer. So any indicator that's not standard on your platform, then here's the or. It's either that or this. You can choose from your computer, pick that button, and you can see that any of the indicators available can be loaded in and individually set up and used. Okay. All right, so now let me go back and find these questions. See if I can't answer most of them. Thank you for asking them. Mac, can I please show how to edit an existing 4 time frame and change the 2 different time frames and save it? Oh, that's already set up right here. So I'll go ahead and do that one. So go here. Click on the chart setup screen here, and this is where you change your time frames. So if you want this changed to 5 minutes, 30 minutes, and note that you can only change the scanner time frame to the time frame you've established that you have available on your MT4 platform. If you have MT5, then you have a lot more options. You can set it to a lot of other different time frames, but this is the these are the time frames that you have access to. Once you've changed the time frames to be the time frame that you like, then select OK and click the Save button. Close the window and then load. Every time you save, you always need to reload it because you don't see the changes until you've reloaded the software. JC, can you use the 1 hour, daily, and weekly time frames for the examples? Of course you can. I think I even have one here. So let me pull one up. Yeah, here's a 4 hour, daily and weekly. So let me change this 4 hour to a 1 hour. And there's your 1 hour, 4 hour. Now this just locally changed it. If I were to click on another symbol, then you'll see that the time frame goes back to 4 hours. So to change that, you just need to go into your configuration, edit that panel, and change that 4 hour to a 1 hour. Once you click OK and save it, then it'll always come back as a 1 hour. There. So I can click on any symbol anywhere, and it'll always be 1 hour. Same rules apply. See this bullish move, I would be bullish at this point. Here's the bearish, I would be bearish at this point. Bullish, I would be bullish at that point, and went back bearish again. So the idea behind this is to identify when you want to be either bullish or bearish. And this shows you the extreme, since it's an oscillator showing you that convergence, divergence of the price, then you can integrate relative strength to determine whether that's a sell point of extreme weakness or a sell point of extreme strength. That's your choice. So you have whatever indicator you want to use, just integrate it with the system and it'll show you those points. Willie asked if when will the recording be available? The recording is usually available anywhere between 1 to 4 hours following the presentation, depending upon number of cycles and number of people in the room. The recording is recorded and then sent out via email to you as a link. I don't have a broker that supplies stocks. JC wanted to know if I could load stocks instead of currencies. My brokerage gives me Forex pairs, it gives me CFDs. So you can see I can pull up a bunch of the different ones here. Bitcoins, the US stock CFDs and different ones, but I don't have access to stock symbols. So whatever your broker gives you access to, then you'll have access to on your MT4 or MT5 platform. I just don't have those as an example. JM, does the license allow you to use your system on more than one MT4? Yes, it does. Current license allows you to use 2 instances, one on a demo account and one on a live account. So you can have up to 2 running at the same time, but they can't be the same account. Yeah, so one has to be a demo, one has to be live, unless you have one of the higher plans, like the gold or the platinum, and then you can have access up to 10 different demo accounts and 10 different live accounts all at the same time. Initially, we give you access to a live and a demo. A lot of people like to set it up and set their demo account up on their current trading computer, and then they have a remote setup trading a live account. And that's a very popular setup. Peter says, I'm trying to set up a MACD signal line with parameters made for a Telechart 2000. I think I got it set up, but I'm not completely sure. Well, I don't know. I can't really help you directly on Telechart 2000, but I can tell you everything I know about MACD here using MT4 Professional. And yes, JM, you can use them on virtual machines as well. There's no restrictions on using it on a virtual or remote machine at all. And you can run it on parallels if you're using a Mac-based setup. Then you do need to emulate the Windows operating system, and you need to be able to run it on a Windows environment in order for it to work. But yes, you do. And you can still do it remotely. Absolutely. Okay, well, that was all the questions. Let me go through and make you a very special offer, and then we can get back to questions and setups. So, special offer. So today, MT4 Professional is willing. I'm willing to accept. Let me start over. Today's offer, we're giving you the full MT4 Professional software. There's no features held back. You get access to everything. We value that about $700 a month in actual values. You get access to exclusive Skype community where all of our MT4 Professional traders get access to as well. You get unlimited configuration storage, unlimited emails and push notifications. You get up to 100 SMS notifications per month. Anything over that, then there'll be a small fee to recharge your bucket of notifications. You get all 14 of the pre-configured presets available to you. Of course, it's not going to cost you $22.95. We give access to our traders for a limited time at $194 a month. But again, you're not going to pay that because as my special members in today's presentation, we're going to make it available for $97 a month. It's $97 a month on a 14-day free trial if you use this link, mt4professional.com/trial. And you get access to MT4 Professional for 14 days, risk-free. Try it out, make some money, set up your trades, get me to answer all your questions. And then if you still don't like it, you can cancel out and you won't be charged a penny. But you'll get locked in on the price until you cancel. So you won't lose any access to the software whatsoever. mt4professional.com/trial to get started today. If you have any questions or you want to send in any support requests, send them to support@mt4professional.com. And we'll be glad to get back to you within 24 hours. Is there a minimum amount of months contract? It's just one. If you sign up for a month and you're in for a month, you cancel, then you're in for a month, and at the end of the month, your subscription cancels and goes away. So it's a month-by-month subscription. You can, if you wanted to, for a better discount, lock in a longer time frame, like a quarterly or a yearly subscription, and that'll give you an additional discount price. You can see that on the website. And JC, if you want someone to give you a call, send a support request in, support@MT4Professional with your phone number, and we'll have someone give you a call back. Most of the time we contact people through Skype online, since we have such a worldwide global audience. That's usually how we do it. But otherwise, just let me know what your number is, and we'll get a hold of you. If you have a Skype number or if you have a local number, let us know. best way to get a hold of you. Let's see, there was a question I missed up here. I'm new to MT5. Can it be used with TD Ameritrade to get the stock data and use MT4 scanner? No, it cannot be used with TD Ameritrade. Yeah, TD Ameritrade has a scanner, but it's only a fundamental scanner. There's no technical scanner available. See, a lot of the real beefy platforms don't have a lot of the capabilities for that. Peter, I'm gonna have to look at your code there. I can't just glance at it real quick and do that. It might take me a little while. Let me pull up the list here. If you join these MT4 Professional setup, if you join the system and start your subscription, the trial or however you begin, then this is the landing page in the members area. And one of the first 6 onboarding items that you'll see is number 5, which is the Skype group. So this gives you the ability to join our Skype group and get involved with all the other users or with Claudio and myself directly on the Skype group, so we can answer all of your questions, set up a call, or whatever that you'd like. So just simply start your trial, join the Skype group. You can cancel the trial immediately, so you won't be charged or won't forget about it. You'll still get full access to 14 days, but when you do try to sign back up again, then you'll lose your discount that you had set up originally. You can always contact us to get back in again if you really like it, and then we'll see what we can do to get you back in again. So that's the best way to get going on that. Push signals are definitely available. Yes, sir, they are. So once you get set up, you just go into the members area or onto the software itself. And when you configure the scanner, then you'll see the first thing on the top is real-time notifications, and you can verify your phone number to get direct SMS notifications. And push signals on the computer itself can be made directly through your MT4 or MT5 notification center, which are also turned on during this setup. JC, the best way to get stock data or find a broker is to do a search because it depends upon what country that you live in, whether they provide stock data or not. In the United States, it's rare to find a broker that provides stock data because the SEC clamps down quite a bit on MT4, MT5 brokers. So yeah, you might be a little hard pressed to find a broker, but check Hugo's Way. I think they might be one. They're called Hugo's Way. They might have access to data. I know Oanda does not, at least not to US residents. But you will have to do a little bit of homework on that to find a broker. And we'll still be around if you need that. All right, Peter, I'm copying your stuff here so I can look at it after the session's done. All right. So are there other questions then? You guys are asking a lot of good questions. I really appreciate it. Makes my job easier, believe it or not. Oh, yeah, custom software. Now, let me pull up some of the software that I use. All right, this is Hawkeye Software. And so what I do is I look for setups that are based upon volume and price. I don't think there's any better way of trading. It works with any instrument in any time frame. But when you're trying to identify these setups, then the software identifies these things using a proprietary volume algorithm that churns through the volume and gives you a buying, selling, or neutral volume indication. It also gives you indication based upon standard deviation and price of the trend. So trend line, momentum, volume, and then multiple higher time frame alerts help you to identify these types of alignments that show you you're in line with the longer term trend. So the longer term trend is green and your trade turns into a green trade, you want to be alerted to that fact. And here are the signals that do that for you. So the software does that. So if this were the initial setup and trade to get back in line with the overall trade, then you can see that the trade setup gave you about 9 pips of risk with about 28 or more pips of potential profit based upon that. And that's just the first example that I came across. But if you looked at the overall system, you can see that the overall trade, when you're looking at the configuration, gave a really nice signal here that generated virtually no risk in the trade and had huge potential of over 100 pips on that particular trade. And that was to the long side, not counting what you would have or could have seen, to the downside. So the idea behind this is to get behind that. So we have an agreement with Hawkeye traders to give you guys a very special offer if you're interested in this software or interested in getting started with them. They have a package that's called the starter package. Let me show you what that is. The starter package. There it is. It looks at the volume, all right, and price directly. So you're looking at price with volume painted on top of the price bars to show you specific events that occur. So let me show you an example that I'm talking about. I think I saw it on this one here. Yeah, let me do that real quick. So when you see these key reversal areas, which are identified by volume, you're looking to trade in the opposite direction. So price is moving this way, and then you see a reversal. You want to be set up and identified to that. So what volume does is it shows you that. In addition, you can see the same. When the price is moving down, you know it's going to stop moving down when you see these types of key reversal signatures. Volume does that. Volume helps you to see these types of trades. And when you don't get these types of reversals, see that? There's another one there. Oh, sorry, I went back too far. I think I need to turn that off. There's another one right there. See that? So price isn't going to continue to go down. From this point, you expect it to go up because it's a key reversal. And then you start to see it go from that point. This is not a key reversal because it's identified. You can see it clearly. This one is, that one is not. That one is not. Okay. And that one is. See, so it's easy to identify based on volume what these points are. So we have access to this software package, $97 one-time fee. Will give you all the software that I'm showing on the screen. It's the volume right here, the volume paint bar, the pivots, and the wide bar, which I'll show on the other time here. You can see on the charts over here, The longer charts, if you can see a big bar, they're painted purple. Let me see if they're even on their list. Oh, no, I don't even have them loaded. Let me throw that wide bar on there. Wide bar is a big purple bar right there that identifies these engulfing patterns. And usually when you see wide bar, you'll see 3 to 5 price bars of what we call inside trading. So inside bars which trade out that way. And you're not ready to trade these bars until they break either the low or the high of those wide bars. So that's the idea behind a wide bar. See how price trades back into the body of that wide bar? That's the idea behind that. But anyway, Claudio is going to put a link on the screen here if you're interested in getting started with that. Just for $97, you get all the indicators that you see on the screen here. The volume, the volume paint bar, the volume radar. Those are the dots that show you the significant volume events. These are the significant volume bars that you want to pay attention to. And the pivot points. These are the points that show you 3 to 5 price bars of correction or reversal. That's not the right link, Claudio. Let me pull that one over and I'll throw it on. Let's see, can I put a link in here? I don't have a simplified link. Is that the simplified link? I sent the link to you, Claudio, through a direct message. So we work with Hawkeye a lot, and we've got most of the software already fully integrated in MT4 Professional as strategies. So if you get started with this, then I can share with you all the strategies that I've already developed on that as well. Just let us know that you got started with that, and we'll get going on that. That also includes the larger packages. That for the month of May, if you get started using this starter package, this $97 package, then that'll make you a member. And then as a member, you'll be able to have a 25% discount on any of the full or upgrade packages. So take advantage of that. So some of those software packages are a little expensive, but you get 25% off just by being a starter package member. So $97 gets you the starter package. Then that gives you 25% off anything else you want to upgrade to, if you want to upgrade, that is. But you'll be able to see it from there. And these are some of the larger packages I was telling you about earlier, the ones that include the longer time frame, what's called the roadkill, or the heat map, which is the shows the strength of the trend or the momentum involved in that. There's another configuration that shows the currency strength meter that they call the Fat Man. Now the Fat Man currency strength meter shows all the different currency pairs and the correlation, the relationship of the currency pairs to each other, showing you which ones are the best pairs to be in right now. So you want to see ones that are trending with strength versus those that are trending in weakness. Strength versus weakness, strength versus weakness, and so forth. Yep, Skizzy, if you can just trade price action and volume directly, that's what I prefer. That's ideal. But most people just can't do that. So price action alone, I think, is the best way. The indicator for volume, I think, is invaluable because you can't get anything out of volume, and volume 90% of the time shows you the future direction of price anyway. So it's really the only truly leading indicator that you can see out there. So volume integrated with price, if you can trade a chart like that without any problems, then I say you don't need other indicators at all. And you can see, I'm not here trying to just sell indicators. I'm here trying to show you how useful the MT4 Professional platform is on identifying, on using, and setting these things up. So if you have strategy that involves indicators, whether they're free or not, or if you just have standard price action at all, then you have a strategy you can implement and be identified and signaled by. But a lot of people rely upon indicators for their trades. And so when we come across vendors like Hawkeye that make specials available to our clients, then I want to pass on the information to you. And you can choose to act on it or not. That's your choice. Right, Skizzy? I think I pronounced Skizio. Other questions before we head out today? Again, to get started with MT4 Professional, get onto your road of not missing another trade, mt4professional.com/trial to give our full-fledged platform a try. $97 a month, 14 days free to give it a try. This platform is not an indicator, and the indicators all the indicators I show have either been free or available on the platform that you use. So you can integrate any other indicator that you use as well, if you so choose, or don't use any at all. All right then, so thank you very much for your time and attention today. We will be here in exactly 2 weeks for another presentation. So thank you and have a great day.